There's the 27-year-old Solis from Guadalajara, Mexico. And that is Manny Pacquiao, 28-year-old with a Hall of Fame career already in the making. First of 12 rounds. Solis presumably will be the boxer in this fight. And Pacquiao, of course, always an aggressive fighter.
And here's something that I like already of Solis is that he's actually moving to the right, to his right. And a lot of fighters tend to move the opposite way when they fight a southpaw. And I believe that he's using a good strategy.
You like a fighter moving to the right?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because you know that left, either he's going to throw a straight left or he's going to throw a wide, like a left hook type, and he's able to get countered.
Pacquiao throws that left. Of course, his bread and butter punch is that straight left hand. Solis, in his last 4 fights, has fought fighters with a 55-21 record. And while he's won all those fights, he's never lost. When you step up against the Pacquiao, it's a whole different situation.
Oh, Al, no doubt this is a huge step up in class for Solis. And I think the big question here, you know, apart from ability, is how does he handle the moment? Now, we've seen Edgar Sosa come in tonight and handle it beautifully. Christian Maharas come in, handle it beautifully. Will Solis fight the same way or will he freeze up? So far, you know, I think he still has to get a little bit looser. He seems a little tight.
Pacquiao looking for a chance to attack, as he always does.
Yeah, and Solis does. He has to be aware. He can't be going in there thinking that he can take the punch from Pacquiao. He needs to be aware and be cautious at all times, because Pacquiao can finish you off at any time.
Solis throwing a right hand down to the body. Tries an uppercut from way out, a dangerous maneuver. Here in round 1, Pacquiao content to be just a little more passive and see what Solis has to offer.
Well, this is generally the part of the fight where Manny is at his slowest. He generally starts slow. I mean, his hands are fast, starts are a little slow.
Manny Pacquiao, who due to the machinations of the boxing world, doesn't hold one of the major 4 boxing titles, but he's #1 in the WBC, WBO, and IBF at 130 pounds. And he's generally considered probably the best at that weight class, if not Juan Manuel Marquez, who he might fight next. Now, good right hand landed there by Solis. That's his best moment of round #1.
I would like to see Jorge Solis throw that straight right to the body instead of looking for the head all the times. Take some power away from Pacquiao.
Pacquiao gets him against the ropes and throws a couple of shots, and Solis is able to get away. Pacquiao going downstairs to the body now.
How about a jab or two from Solis?
That would be nice. With that long reach of his and the good upper body movement that he has, he should utilize that quite a bit.
So a pretty close first round. Solis is through it in any case. Freddie Roach in the corner of Manny Pacquiao.
Nice deep breath. Okay, Manny. Good job, I think. Now here, I want you to start using the double jab.
Use your jab more. I know you started out okay, but you have to bring that straight to the body, straight to the body. How do you feel him? He's strong. Yeah, he's good. Every time he wants to come in, stop him with the jab. Watch out.
And by the way, that is Ulysses Archie Solis, the IBF flyweight, light flyweight champion, who is the brother of Jorge Solis, who's working in his corner. He'll be fighting Jose Aguirre on May 19th, defending his title. But right now he's very immersed in his brother. And he said, you know what, I'm so excited for my brother, I feel like I'm fighting Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah. And they're very, very close. I did a fight with Archie Solis a couple of months back. He's a real good fighter. I'll tell you what, I gave Solis the first round because Manny Pacquiao didn't do anything.
You can certainly make a case for that. There's no question.
I agree with you, Wally. I believe that Solis did win that round.
We're in round #2. Of course, it's a scheduled 12-rounder. And Solis getting a little wild and awkward in there, and that won't benefit you against Manny Pacquiao.
You need to get Pacquiao frustrated. Make him make mistakes. Like right there, he's getting a little frustrated because he can't get in. He's reaching in. Now right there, I believe that Solis should have thrown a left hook when he saw Manny Pacquiao go in like that.
Did land a counter right hand, Solis. Pacquiao's left gets in. Of course, that's an important punch for him, we all know.
You know, we had touched on it in the open somewhat, but there are a lot of things going on with Manny Pacquiao outside the ring right now. And I almost get the feeling like he reached his peak against Morales in the third fight. Like, I don't think he can get any better physically, psychologically, emotionally than he was that night. Is there a danger, Gennaro, do you think, that maybe he looked past this one or didn't take this one quite as seriously as those fights?
He might have looked past due to the circumstance of what he's trying to do now outside of boxing. But I believe that he can actually become a little bit better than what he is right now, because he runs in like this a lot. And I think somebody who's a real smart fighter will eventually pick up and notice that he's going to run in, make a quick step back, and somebody with good power is going to make him feel it.
One of those outside interests, he's running as the Kempe Party's candidate in the May 14th election in the Philippines as a representative. That would be like our congressional representatives in the 1st district. And he said, I'm not campaigning. Obviously, when I'm training, I put all my mind into this fight. When this is all done, I'll go back and campaign. But for right now, I'm all about boxing.
Well, you know, there's more on the line here than just Manny Pacquiao's boxing career. One of the Philippine journalists I've known for a long time before the fight said to me, if he loses this fight, he loses the election.
It's a lot of extra pressure. Just seconds remaining here in round 2. A better round for Pacquiao, probably, although Solis, there landing a jab, has had his moments. At least the pace of the fight for Solis, and there's another straight right hand getting in by Jorge Solis. So he's been very competitive over these first 2 rounds. There's no question about that.
Yeah, that's not another thing that Pacquiao can lose. Make a fight.
So round 2 passes into the night, and we'll hear what these corners are telling their charges. Reminder that round 3 is coming up.
Nice deep breath. All right, man. Right here. His hands are starting to come down. All right? Now that double jab, he's going to open up that left hand for you. All right? Come down here. Good boy. Double jab, look at the uppercut because he's slipping down. When you're throwing the double.
All right, here's what happened at the end of round 2. Archie Solis not happy at all with his brother's effort. It took him a little time to get the stool in there.
So Archie Solis getting very emotional with his brother to try and get him to do a little better. Big edge, as you noted in the CompuBoxing, punches landed for Manny Pacquiao. We head into round number 3 of this matchup. It's for the WC International Super Featherweight Championship, and Manny Pacquiao in the white trunks, of course, the great champion in both the junior lightweight division and down in junior featherweight, taking on Jorge Solis.
And he just connected a couple of good shots right now, too. The only bad thing about Solis is that he doesn't have the power to stop Pacquiao in his tracks. I think the reason why his brother went in there and got on his face because he's not utilizing what he's supposed to. And that's that jab and the reach.
And he has, when he's used it, he's been effective in this fight, but just hasn't used it enough. And that was the weapon he wanted to use. You know, in his fight against Nicky Benz recently, he averaged 36 jabs per round, according to CompuBox, did Jorge Solis. That's what they want in this fight as well.
Well, you know, in fairness to Solis, though, Pacquiao's warming to his task now a little bit. He's a little bit more elusive than he was in the first round anyway.
You know, the interesting thing about Manny Pacquiao, he's such an exciting and excellent fighter. He makes a lot of fundamental errors. He squares himself up to opponents. He lunges in. But it is very hard for even the elite fighters, and he is 3-1-1 against the Eric Moraleses, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Marco Antonio Barrera. Hard for them even to take advantage of it. Certainly Solis would have a hard time doing it. We saw Pacquiao just land a big left hand.
Well, he's certainly one of those guys you would never tell a young fighter to fight like Manny Pacquiao.
You definitely don't want to do that.
He's like the only guy that can do it.
Yes, and not only does he get away with it, he's successful. And, of course, the hand speed and power that he brings to the fray helps. A minute left to go here in round number 3. Manny Pacquiao and Jorge Solis. And so far, while Pacquiao has an edge in punch numbers, Solis has been certainly competitive in this fight. And a nice right hand downstairs by Solis. It's been a little awkward. You know, their styles are such that it's been very difficult for either man to land what they want.
Yeah, they don't quite mesh.
Yeah, so far the only punch that I think that's landed pretty good has been the one that Pacquiao just landed about half a minute ago.
Left hand.
Combination downstairs by Jorge Solis. Solis being a little more active than he was. Pacquiao throwing punches, but they're having a hard time getting there. It's just Solis is apparently able to kind of block and slip a lot of those. So just seconds remain in round 3, and again, Solis is an elusive target for Manny Pacquiao.
Deep breath. Now, Manny, his hands are dropping way low. He goes a double jab and the left hook behind it. Okay? His hands are really low. Double jab, left hook behind it.
All right, let's get a look at that punch that you were talking about, Gennaro. That's probably the best punch of the round right here by Pacquiao. It was kind of at the end of the punch, though, so it didn't quite have as much power as it appeared to have in live action, I don't think.
You're right, and they actually hit him high on the cheekbone and not on the tip of the chin.
Getting ready for round number 3. Manny Pacquiao and Jorge Solis. Pacquiao on the right of your screen. Gets that straight left hand in again. There's the Solis jab that everyone's in agreement he should throw a little bit more, certainly including his brother Archie, who is in the corner advising him. Now Pacquiao warming to the task and getting aggressive. Vic Draculis, the 3rd man in the ring. Pacquiao comes into this fight with 17-1-2 record and 16 KOs in his last 20 fights. He has just been on fire. There's a low blow that they'll take some time off for.
He's actually in the hip. I think he's got a little Charlie horse.
You know, and people don't realize those things hurt.
Yeah.
I bet.
Well, he didn't take much time, did Manny Pacquiao. He's right back at it here in round 4. Straight left gets in. You know, it looks to me like, if nothing else, Solis is a very awkward fighter for Pacquiao to deal with right now.
Yeah, the height has actually been a problem for Pacquiao. The movement. I mean, people who've seen Pacquiao fight should realize and understand that he has a lot of trouble with fighters that move on him.
Yeah, you know,
Manuel Marquez did that.
That's right. You know, because it's not only the height, but also the movement. There's something awkward about Solis that's making Pacquiao look a little awkward himself.
Now, having said that, Pacquiao is doing some good work in this round, and Solis has not been able to punch back much. And it looks like there is a little blood somewhere on Solis' face. Nice shots by Solis. Probably Solis' lip, we think. We'll check it out.
Here's my question, though. Has anybody fought Manny Pacquiao better than Eric Morales did in the first fight and in most of the second fight?
Probably not.
Yeah, and, you know, and Morales was barely able to hold on to win the first fight and got knocked out in the second fight. Can Solis beat Pacquiao with this kind of an approach?
You know, I'm going to say that maybe Juan Manuel might have fought him just as good.
All right.
Yeah, well, he fought
only because he got
well,
dropped in the first round 3 times. But other than that, he changed his way of fighting, and he made Pacquiao look beatable.
Yeah, Marquez fought very well in that draw, and some think he could have gotten the decision.
There's a clash of heads right here as we're talking about.
What those 2 guys had in common, they were both hitting Pacquiao hard and often. So Solis is kind of picking his shots.
Nice left hand by Pacquiao. May have stunned Solis. We'll see. Another left hand by Pacquiao. harder punch is probably being landed by Pacquiao. What lands.